Hello, my friends. This is Dr. Ginny Baro, and welcome to Start the Day with Ginny. Over the holidays, I was reviewing the videos that I've created over the past 6 years, and I realized there's a common theme. I talk about a lot of the same topics: building relationships, understanding your unique value proposition, stepping out of your comfort zones. A lot of the topics, it's the same old song over and over. And I was asking myself, how come over the past 6 years, I keep covering the same topics? And here's the main reason. When I speak with my clients, when I take on new clients to do VIP coaching with me and to help them grow and advance in their careers, or when I'm running my Fearless Leadership Mastermind, which is my 6-month leadership development program for organizations, I realized that these are the topics that my clients are dealing with. So I get my inspiration from my clients, from my daily practice with them. And if it sounds as if I am repeating myself, what I've also noticed is that it's one thing for us to understand something cognitively. We get it, we understand it. It's like when you read a book, you can read the words on the page. And to go from cognitively understanding something to actually implementing it, those are two very different things. And I will give you the most recent example that I had. I have been listening to Tony Robbins for a very long time. I have been coached and mentored for a while now. And this morning, I actually found the big Post-it notes from one of my VIP sessions with one of my mentors, Fabienne Fredrickson, from way back when. And when I looked at the notes of what Fabienne wrote on those huge Post-it notes during our session, I looked at the bullet points that she was highlighting, and I noticed that the stuff that Fabienne and that Tony and Dean and Steve Harrison and Bob Vitelli and all these mentors that I've had show me, again, there's a common theme. And the theme is primarily this. There is the art of achievement, doing, getting things done, accomplishing things, getting results. And I'm going to bucket that under the masculine energy, regardless of identity. That's the masculine energy bucket. Get things done, finish the task. Then on the other side, there is the being part, the art of fulfillment, as Tony calls it, the mindset, the love, the community, the positive energy, the intention with which you do things. And in the middle, the intersection of doing and being is where you can scale and grow and develop and reach your full potential. So what I learned cognitively from my mentors has taken me a while to integrate into my own life and into my own business, and to teach my clients from that place so that they can create more integrated lifestyles. And so if you find yourself being this high achiever, high performer, talented woman who is crushing it in her life, it is highly likely that there are areas of your life, especially your personal life and most likely your romantic life, where things are not going so great. And on the other hand, if you are crushing it in your personal life and you have a very successful family life, it is likely that a part of you is tugging at you because you feel that you're not giving it your all and reaching your full potential in your career. And that is the dilemma of a woman. And I say this with love and compassion and from a place of, I've been there. This is not theory. This is not philosophy. This is the story of the many women that I work with and my own story. I feel that as women, we are constantly being pulled in these two directions, the directions of, do I focus on my career and put my family aside, or do I focus on my family and put my career aside? And what a lot of the wise women that I've mentored with and the women that I listen to and learn from, what they have taught me is that as a woman, we need to learn how to integrate. And I don't like the word balance, because balance implies equality. And I know from my personal life that life is not about balance, it's about integration. There are moments and chapters and seasons in our life when we need to integrate one aspect more than the other. For example, when I was raising my young son, Kyle, I was working full time and I was already going back to work when he was 3 months old. So I had to integrate my career into my personal life and my personal life with my career, and ask for support from my mom, who used to come on the weekends to help me take care of my son while I was still finishing my PhD. I had to surround myself with a community of allies and supporters and family and loved ones who could pitch in to support me as I was going through school, getting my PhD, as I was working full time, and as I was managing raising my young child. And so, what I mean by all of this is that in life, as a woman, we have to make really tough choices. And my message to you today is that you're not alone. Many of us are facing many of the challenges and difficulties that you face. We have been in that position where we have to say, I need to scale back on this area so that I can really go forward in this other area. And if you're like most women that I know, our families never come second. Our families always come first. And we also want to achieve at work because we're talented, because we're high performing. And so if you will find yourself struggling with a young family, or perhaps in general with your family and also work, I want to invite you to give yourself grace, number one. Number two, I want to invite you to surround yourself with people who are growth minded like you, who can support you in finding the right integration for you. And if you have career ambitions, which a lot of the women that I work with do, otherwise they wouldn't be working with me as a leadership coach and in my programs in the Fearless Leadership Mastermind. If you are that woman who has ambition and who also has responsibilities at home, whether with your own children, with your elderly parents or aging parents, that you give yourself grace and surround yourself with the community that is going to give you the support you need to gain the tools you need to propel yourself forward, to grow and advance in a way that supports your lifestyle and your current needs at home and at work. And it's easier said than done because of what I said earlier. It's easy to understand what I'm saying, but it's much harder to actually implement it and apply it in your life. So what I learned from looking at the notes that Fabienne made for me years and years ago, from listening to all my mentors, is that it takes consistency and practice to be able to implement what we learn and read about. And it's much faster when we are able to surround ourselves with the right support system and with the right people, with the right mindset, that growth-minded outlook that supports us in achieving our goals and finding what that integration is for ourselves. And listen, I struggle in my personal life. I've always shared that openly and vulnerably. While I feel that I am crushing it in my professional life, I've always struggled in my personal life, and that is no secret. And I surround myself with a community to support me in that area. I have my relationship coach. I have my rituals that I do around how to be more present, more authentic, and it's a constant evolution. And so I am not selling myself as I am the know-it-all of everything, and I will never do that. However, I am inviting you that if you do know where you want to go for the next 12 months, or even if you don't, but you know that you have potential and that you know you want to continue to grow and advance in your career, that you don't try to do it by yourself. Because one, it's painful. Two, you're going to move very slow. And three, it's not going to be as fulfilling as it would be if you surround yourself with the right community. So whether it's any community that you know that you can find an affinity with, that you can say, these are my people, awesome. And if you don't know where to go, if you're looking for that place that will support you, I invite you to connect and let's have a strategy session where we can talk about what are your goals. Hopefully, they're audacious goals for this year, for the next 12 months. And then I can help you by discussing what it is that we do here, what our solutions are, and how you can be part of our community to help you grow and advance. And to do it with self-care so you don't burn the candle on both ends, and so that you find the proper and the right mix of doing and being, and that middle ground, the sweet spot that's going to give you the right integration so that you can both achieve and be and come together to fulfill your potential. And that's my message for you today. I would love to connect with you. You can always find me at callwithginny.com. Live with purpose, live with joy.